Thanks for starting your week with us. It's the first day of June here in Korea, and I'm Lee-Jiun in Seoul. Before we get started, let's first take a look at today's highlights. We take an in-depth look into the controversy surrounding the herbal supplement known as Factual in Korean and how it has impacted the health supplement industry as a whole. More individual investors here in Korea are taking on debt to invest in the markets while bank interest rates hang low. A race is on for businesses to win new licenses to run duty-free shops in the capital, Seoul, with the deadline for applications ending on Monday. 2 licenses will be handed out to large companies and 1 to mid-sized firm when the Korea Customs Service announces the final results in July. Now, so far, 7 large firms and 8 mid-sized businesses are on the bidding. The government body said it will consider several qualifications, including management ability, efforts to grow with other local firms, and commitment to social contribution. Experts predict operating a new duty-free shop in the capital will provide companies with an annual average of $898 million in sales and $89 million in profit. The wage gap between temporary and regular workers is growing as the real income irregular and daily workers take home is shrinking. According to data from Statistics Korea and the Labor Ministry, the average real income of temporary workers at companies with 5 regular employees or more fell 1.1% on year in the first quarter to less than $1,160 per month. Meanwhile, regular employees saw their average real wage rise by 2.2% in the same period to $2,908. Real income takes into account consumer price inflation from the nominal wage figure. While stock prices may have remained mostly unchanged in the month of May, daily transaction figures in Korea's securities market remained active, recording an average daily turnover of $8.83 billion, according to Korea Exchange. Now, that's the highest registered since February of 2012. This is due to investors staying put on continued low interest rates and uncertainties stemming from concerns about a potential U.S. federal funds rate hike. Meanwhile, investors trading on credit is growing, notably on the tech-heavy Kosdaq index. And as you just heard, with low interest rates, investors have been flocking to the stock markets in hopes of gaining what they can't from banks. But more people have been taking on greater risks to make such investments, and experts warn that this could lead to detrimental results. Our Lee Joo-young tells us more.
More individual investors in Korea are borrowing money from brokerage firms to buy stocks, as investment on credit reached an all-time high on Korea's secondary bourse, the Kosdaq, last month. The Korea Financial Investment Association says such investment, known as margin trading, reached around $3.6 billion as of May 20th. This accounts for about 3.5% of the entire market cap of freely traded stocks on the tech-heavy bourse. But financial experts say this act of buying on margin may have devastating consequences for investors due to new changes that will be implemented by market operator Korea Exchange on the 15th.
With the stock price trading ban doubling to 30% in June, there are higher chances of stocks hitting the maintenance margin, so brokerages may issue margin calls more quickly.
This means investors who own stocks that fall below undesirable levels will be forced by firms to liquidate their equity purchases or add more money to their accounts so that brokerages can hedge against risks of major losses. The potential of losing purchased stocks and the future value that could be regained from them adds to the risk of debt taken out to make profit on the market. Experts say if this trend prolongs for another month or 2, it may have greater ramifications for the bourse.
With the stock prices remaining more or less the same, it can cause problems for sustainability if the amount of equity investment on debt continues to rise and grows by more than 20%.
Experts say with greater volatility in the forecast on the Kosdaq, investors should exercise greater caution when looking into small and mid-cap stocks that have higher levels of margin trading. Lee Ju-young, Business Daily.
Recently, a popular health supplement among middle-aged women has been stirring up much controversy. This herb, known as Factual in Korean, might not have all the qualities you want it to, because a large number of them have turned out to be fake. Let's look into this story.
Sinantium wilfordi, also known as Factual in Korean, is widely believed to boost the immune system, improve blood circulation, and treat diseases associated with aging. It was especially popular with middle-aged women going through menopause. But in April, Korea's Ministry of Food and Drug Safety discovered that a number of herbal supplements claiming to feature Factual didn't. Natural Endotech, a local herbal manufacturer, was the main offender. Many of their products use a herb that's similar to Factual, but cheaper and easier to grow, and potentially dangerous. The Korean government lists it as a banned ingredient for human consumption. However, not everyone agrees with that assessment. Korean medicine doctors say that in small doses, it's not detrimental. But experts at the Korean Society of Toxicology advise consumers to stay away from the herb altogether.
The substance of the herb is categorized as a toxic plant that cannot be used for medical purposes, and studies show that consuming this herb can cause side effects like hepatotoxicity and neurasthenia.
For now, Natural Endotech has suspended sales completely. Just this past week, the ministry revealed that of 207 products, including Endotech's, that claim Factual as an ingredient, only 10 have been proven authentic. 40 of the products contain the cheaper herb, not approved for human consumption. The ministry also said that it could not confirm the authenticity of the remaining 157 products due to breakdown of ingredients.
And to tell us more about this, our Simon Semin joining us this morning. So good to have you here, Simon.
Morning to you.
All right, so the Food Ministry announced its findings last week. What conclusion did they come to?
Well, it was quite disappointing for many because, first of all, contrary to what some of the doctors had pointed out earlier, that in large chunks of health supplement products, the ministry was unable to confirm that such substances were used. Now, this makes it much more complicated and confusing for those who had already purchased the items, because when it comes to refunds, supermarkets and home shopping channels don't have the obligation to comply unless the Food Ministry comes out with tests confirming that they're toxic.
Well, there must have been a lot of confusion from that. But from what I heard, the company involved in all of this has actually refuted all claims made by the Korea Consumer Agency, which is the organization that first came up with the findings that these were fake ingredients.
You're right. The company did not agree with the findings from the Korea Consumer Agency. Now, this company, called Natural Endotech, has since filed for both criminal and civil lawsuits. But as of now, there are little to almost no Factual-related products out on the shelves. And that is because almost all large supermarkets and department stores have pulled related products off their shelves. Most of the Factual health supplements were sold on home shopping channels, boasting some $270 million worth of sales as of last year. And the retail industry has also shown different responses in dealing with this issue. So for one, the large supermarkets and department stores said they would compensate all their customers with full refunds, and home shopping channels that they would not offer full reimbursements. They have also said that they would instead give back 20% in shopping credit or coupons to be used on their channels, angering some of the customers.
So we're seeing a lot of companies being affected by this, but how is this affecting the industry as a whole?
I mean, that's what the expert is more concerned about at this point, because this health supplement industry had been on a rapid growth path in the recent years. And that's because even cosmetic companies started developing their own products that say beauty-related supplements, for example, drinks that'll help you lose weight or that'll brighten your skin tone. So experts are saying that the scandal has a greater implication.
The distrust in the industry is mounting. much due to the company's initial response to the scandal, and that distrust isn't just limited within the country. It is also having an effect on companies looking to do business overseas.
The professor also added that as there isn't a firm rule on what guideline products should be monitored under, it makes it much more difficult to regulate such health supplementary products. I mean, it's a gray line when you look at it, because when it comes to determining whether they fall under medicine or food, because the ingredient is used in other products, also including liquor, affecting as a well-known producer in Korea. And that is Paekseju, a rice wine manufactured by Kuksundang Company, which was also found to have contained this cheaper but banned herb. And this liquor company immediately apologized for its lack of supervising and pulled all products from shelves, causing an estimated loss worth $9 million.
Well, you know, this issue is especially troubling considering that this involves people who are just looking to get healthier.
That's true.
All right, thank you for coming in today, Semin.
Sure.
All right, that does it for now, but we'll be back tomorrow at the same time, same place, so don't forget to tune in then. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.